Talk about the forecast now. This was the scene today in West Fork. Another one of the towns hit with damage in the latest round of severe storms. Mayor Heath Ottle tells us a couple of houses had some damage along with some vehicles. Thankfully, though, nobody was reported hurt, but crews had to spend the day clearing debris and restoring power. Scott's in here now to tell us that hopefully most of this has gone out of here, and now we can expect just hot, humid, and hazy days.
We're almost there. We're almost there. We've got about 8 more hours of storm chances to go. But here's the thing. I think a lot of us are probably going to be in just fine shape tonight. Live radar right now. I've got a scan in the skies. At the top of the show, just about 17 minutes ago, we took a look into some of these cells in the River Valley. Well, they've really been dissipating. They have struggled to actually develop. And it's my hope, I'm sure yours too, maybe they just don't develop overnight. Nonetheless, we are going to have a potential into the overnight hours of a few, not many, but a few showers that could inevitably grow into a couple of strong thunderstorms. This is about an hour or so from now. Futurecast tries to continue to develop those, generally speaking, along that I-40 corridor. We're talking, let's say, anywhere between Webbers Falls, Gore, over towards Clarksville, and a lot of that's going to continue drifting off towards the east-southeast with time. You'll notice, though, a lot of us are going to be in fine shape under a mostly clear sky overnight tonight. A couple of spotty showers out there early tomorrow morning. You'll notice in the 10-day forecast, I'll keep a 20% chance of a couple of stray showers generally south of I-40. I'll call it the River Valley, broadly speaking. But by tomorrow, look at that. Clouds have broke. We're going to see decent amount of sunshine. Now, while I think a lot of us are probably going to be in fine shape overnight tonight, there is that low level 2 potential of a couple of strong to severe storms. Everybody in yellow under that level 2 out of 5 risk. For Benton, Carroll, parts of Washington and Madison County, that's going to be a level 1 out of a 5 potential. Other thing you might want to know about when you wake up tomorrow morning, there could be some areas of patchy dense fog. Generally north of I-40 is going to be the best odds to see some of that. This is 7:30 tomorrow morning. Might slow you down on those roadways early in the morning. Wouldn't hurt to budget just a couple of extra minutes to get where you're going. It's not going to last long as that sunshine breaks through. We'll see that fog burn off, and it's going to turn out to be a pretty decent day. Lately, we've had all of these weather events. It feels like we're getting one every 2 or 3 days. That's because we've been in what's called northwest flow. We got high pressure back off towards the southwest, the jet stream moving in, bringing storm systems from the northwest. There's an old saying, it's called northwest flow, weatherman's woe. It's just a very difficult pattern to forecast for, but all that's coming to an end, much to my pleasure. High pressure is going to be building into the area, and what that does for us, that's going to push the jet stream up towards the north. The upper Midwest, they're now going to start to enter into their severe weather season. As that high pressure builds in, it pushes the storm track north, keeps most of those storms away from us, but it also brings some warm temperatures. In the summer months, we would actually call this a heat dome, and we're going to feel like summer a lot over the next couple of days as that high pressure continues to settle in. This will continue likely through early next week. You'll see a dip in the jet stream, a big trough of low pressure that's likely just to impact the northwest. We'll see. At times, it's not a perfect transition from spring to summer where that high settles in. It's possible we could still see another couple of storm systems, but broadly speaking, we're at least going to have a dry stretch of weather for the next few days. Partly cloudy in the morning, sunshine by the afternoon. Northwest Arkansas warming into the upper 80s. River Valley temperatures likely in the low 90s. With all that humidity, of course, it's going to feel even warmer than that. We're going to avoid heat advisories, but certainly tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, going to be the warmest of the next several. Gets a little bit better, still warm, still muggy the first few days of next week. Here's that 10-day forecast. Will be dry likely for the next several days. Early next week, we'll introduce a couple of small 20% chances of rain. That's that classic summertime pop-up chance that, a few folks get in the afternoon. Sun starts to set, those storms fizzle out. We're kind of entering into that time of the year. So you see a few of those chances next week, but by and large, it's going to start to feel and look a lot like summer, meaning it's going to get warmer, and it's going to start to get a little bit drier. And warm is, in fact, the case in the River Valley. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, even into Monday, mid to upper 90s out there. Heat index values definitely in the triple digits, likely anywhere between 100 up to about 104. So if you're going to be out and about this weekend, stay hydrated, drink plenty of water. And of course, don't forget the sunscreen. Lots of sunshine out there. It doesn't take long to get a sunburn this time of the year.
Very close to the advisories.
Really close. Yeah, really close. And, just part of the transition, right?
We'll eventually get there at some point.
Lord, I hope.
Exactly.
Goodness.
Sometime soon. All right, Scott, thanks.